So we're looking at a Grand Design Momentum 25G, and today we're going to talk about tongue weight and why the tongue weight on these is so important on toy haulers in general, because we're loading heavy machines in the rear of these trailers, and what happens is majority of that weight gets behind the axles and it lowers the amount of tongue weight we have on our tow vehicle. And if we get less than 10% tongue weight of gross trailer weight, that's when we get in that danger zone, that zone where the trailer can start to sway. And it seems like lately I'm seeing a lot more questions on the forums and concerns about people having sway after loading a side-by-side or a heavy machine in the rear of one of these trailers. I have a golf cart too that I load in here. When I put the golf cart in there, no problem at all, don't even feel it back there. When we put the side-by-side in there, it's got to be set up just right. And that's why I'm going to show you the numbers and how after we load it, how it affects the tongue weight on these. And one of the questions I see is, okay, I load my machine, I'm getting sway. What sway hitch do I need? What weight distribution hitch? Do I need more weight distribute, less weight? It's not, the hitch isn't going to do anything for you. Sway control is, if we have a balanced trailer, and we get wind or get passed by a big truck, that's where the sway control comes in. That's where that helps. So sway control is not going to do anything for an unbalanced trailer, okay? And that's kind of the point of my video here, is that you need to know what your tongue weight is if you're getting sway. And the last thing we want is sway. It's so dangerous. It's scary. So we got to know what our trailer costs. Go to a truck stop, get you a CAT scale ticket, find out what your trailer weighs, disconnect your trailer, weigh your truck, and that way you can find out how much tongue weight it is if you don't have a tongue scale. But I'm going to show you on a crane scale the differences. And another thing that's important is how much this weighs empty. I was really surprised at how much the tongue on this weighs. I'm fully loaded, ready to go camping. I've got dual batteries, two 30-pound propane tanks that are full, and we're going to look at the tongue weight on that versus what it is after we load the machine. And we're going to look at it with a loaded machine and a full tank of water. So let's take a look at that. So the garage is empty on the toy hauler. So this would be just pulling an empty trailer. I've got my scale zeroed right now, and we're just going to lift it up with the crane off the jack and see what our weight is with an empty trailer, no water in the tanks. I do have a full gas tank, which is 20 gallons, I believe, so there is 20 gallons of fuel in there. I can't drain that, so kind of give us an idea of what we're looking at. So coming up on the crane. Okay, my jack is now off the block, so the entire weight of the tongue is now being supported by the crane scale. 1,463 pounds. 1,463 pounds. Now again, that's dual propane tanks, that's 2 batteries. We got our clothes, some camping gear, the refrigerator's full, no water in the tanks. Black and gray tanks are empty, and I've only got gas in the rear tank. So 1,460 pounds. So that's why I was saying that's important on this Grand Design, this Momentum 25G, because it was advertised as a half-ton towable truck. You need to check the weight capacity of your hitch. My truck was only like 960 pounds on my 1,500, but now I've got a 2,500. That's where I messed up. I cannot tow this with a regular 1,500. Just I was overweight in every aspect of. There was just no making it work. I had to trade in my 1,500, get a 2,500. So now you can't go by the brochure. I don't think that they, go with propane tanks and batteries and all on there. So fully loaded, I'm at 1,460 pounds. That kind of gives you an idea of where you're at. So let's get the side-by-side in there and see what happens to the tongue weight. right, now I've got the side-by-side loaded. Now my machine is about 1,750 pounds from the factory. That's wet weight. Now, due to lack of storage, I use the side-by-side as storage, so I've probably got another 100 pounds at least in there. So let's just say that side-by-side weighs 1,900 pounds. Let's see what it did to our tongue weight. We're currently zeroed out. Let's raise it up. Okay, my jack is now off the block, so this entire weight of the tongue is being supported by the crane scale. 1,130 pounds. So that's what? About 315, 320 pounds almost that came off of our tongue. Now, I know my trailer's about 11,500 pounds. I mean, we are almost maxed out with that machine in the back. Actually, we are maxed out. I've got a crane or a cat scale ticket to show it. 11,500 pounds with a tongue weight 1,130 pounds. What does that tell us? We're at that 10% mark, right? We're getting in that sway territory. Let's throw some water in the tanks and see what difference that makes. Okay, now the freshwater tank is full of water. Let's see what the tongue weight is with a loaded side-by-side that weighs about 1,800 pounds, and a full tank of water, 100 gallons, which is 800 pounds. Okay, the trailer is completely off the block now. £1,030 pounds. That's not good, because now I had 11,500 is what the trailer weighed without fresh water. Now we got to count for that 800, so now I'm over 12,000 pounds with a tongue weight of 8,030 pounds. I'm less than 10%. No wonder these trailers sway. So now I've got to try to do some rearranging inside, try to move any fresh water I have or anything as far forward in the bedroom as I can to try to get some more tongue weight on this trailer, to try to minimize or reduce the amount of sway that I'm probably going to have. So these are some things to consider when loading these heavy machines, that we lose tongue weight. That's why you have sway. Adding a sway, control or readjusting your weight distribution hitch, it might help a little bit, but that's not what the sway control is for. We have to make sure that our trailers are properly balanced. So looks like I've got some work to do. I don't know if I'll be able to solve it or not. But anyways, thanks for watching.